All right, everybody, it's me, Gregory Mannarino. Still Friday, April 3rd, 2020. This is my post-market wrap-up. A lot to cover here, so sit down, take a deep breath. I would be willing to bet that by the time this video blog ends, you're going to be even more disgusted because we are seeing things unfold here. We're seeing history repeat itself is what we're witnessing here. And most people have no idea because they don't read history. They don't understand it. They think it doesn't matter. Well, you're going to find out how much it matters very, very soon. All right, so here we go. Stocks finished down across the board. Dow Jones Industrial Average by about 360. We were down much more than that. The propping up of crude oil did, in fact, stop the stock market from falling much harder. This is a mechanism here in place. Crude oil, an historic gain yesterday, 22, 23%. Today, another 13%. It's unbelievable. But this is the new America. This is how it works. This is outrageous in my view here. Okay. Cryptocurrencies flat across the board. Silver, fractional loss. Gold, a slight gain here. Crude oil, I already discussed it with you. The 10-year yield continues to scream that there are huge problems coming, and they are. I don't care what they're trying to do here. The bailouts, and we just found out that, yes, big oil is getting government support. I want you to think about that. So President Trump met with the big oil executives today, going to him crying that they need help. These companies, these corporations have had windfall profits for decades, and now they have the guts to go to the president and ask the American people to bail them out? Really? Do you think you're going to get any relief at the pump? You started to get it, but then the president had to step in here. And apparently he's negotiating a deal between Russia and Saudi Arabia to make sure crude oil goes up. Sounds great. How does that help you? As an American citizen, you do realize that now, because President Trump is making America great again, you're going to have to pay more for energy while we have millions of people becoming unemployed. 10 million, more than 10 million unemployed people, and it's going to get a lot worse. But President Trump wants to make sure that he is giving, let's see, this would be OPEC and Russia a nice clean rim job. That's what he's doing, giving them a nice clean rim job, making sure that, you know, they're taking a big fat ugly dump in your face. That's really what's going on here. Why would an American president, him and Larry Kudlow, say higher crude oil prices, they're good here, when just a few weeks ago the president was saying lower prices were actually good for the American people? See, obviously he's bought and paid for. And he has to kneel down, beg, and give the Saudi prince a nice, clean rim job. That's what he's doing. Let's call him President Rimmer. I think he has now ascended to the state of being supreme rimmer of OPEC, and specifically the Saudi prince. And he's probably loving every single lick. I guarantee it. Anyway, that's the truth here. So President Rimmer is making sure that you pay more for energy while America is in free fall, and people by the millions, tens of millions, are going to lose their jobs moving forward. But don't worry. Each one of you adults is getting a $1,200 check, and your children are going to get $500, which will maybe do what for you? Maybe help you out for a month or so. Meanwhile, in the last 3 weeks, Wall Street has been given over $1.5 trillion. That's what we're allowed to know about. You understand that? It's pretty epic. And it's unlimited. It's going to keep on flowing. But you and your spouse, you're going to get $1,200 checks, and your kids are going to get $500. What are you going to do with that windfall? I don't know. Maybe you should ask Big Oil, because they've been getting windfall profits for decades. And the president, He's going down there and giving them a rim job too, making sure they get government assistance because they need it. You know that. The debt just must go up. Where's the cash coming from? Where? Duh! The Federal Reserve has to print it out of thin air. Isn't that just lovely? Yeah, I think so. How about this one? 43% of small businesses, do this research on your own, okay, are saying that if they don't get assistance within the next month or so, they are going to close permanently. Let me explain this to you in case you don't know. I don't think you do. In fact, most people don't know this. Corporate America, these corporations have something called a war room. In that war room is where they strategize how they're going to pretty much take over the world. And I'm not joking here. In this particular case, corporate America, and this has been going on for quite a while, corporate America, and this will become obvious to you why, believes that the United States is oversupplied with small businesses, mom and pop shops, and they just gotta go. Because some of them may give the corporations a little bit of competition. Again, they want it all. They don't even want the small mom and pop shops or the small businesses to get anything. Zero. So, this has been in the works for a long time, and it's happening right now with this neo-fascist move of corporations being merged with the new America. In these war rooms, the corporate war rooms, it's been discussed for a long time. They got to get rid of the small businesses, and that's what this is all about. Again, they're getting trillions of dollars thrown at them by the Federal Reserve via President Trump, via Steve Mnuchin. Okay, and they are part of the rimming team for Wall Street. They gotta get in there deep, man, deep. That's could you imagine? That's exactly what's going on here. Again, for the merger to be complete, absolutely, between corporate America and the new American government. So the mom and pop shops have to go. They got to go. And most of them are going to fail, all by design, part of the plan here. You understand? That's where we're going with this entire thing. It's pathetic to watch this unfold. And again, unless you understand what's history, you can't see what's going on here right before your eyes. This is literally some kind of, like I said a million times, some kind of national socialist regime that is now running the entire show. I told you from the get-go what this was. This is a coup. It's a takeover on an epic scale. The hub is the new America, the Federal Reserve dollarizing the entire world, getting ready to pull the switches here to issue in the one world government and the one world currency. Now, let's talk about why big oil is getting a nice, big, fat, slobbering rim job from the President of the United States right now. He better wash his face after. I think he can get sick from performing rim jobs like that. Anyway, especially because he's got to do multiple. It's not just one. He's got to get really intimate with a bunch of these CEOs and, of course, the Saudi prince and the others as well. All the OPEC nations here are all going to get a rim job on an epic scale. Deep rim job. So why? Well, we understand what's going on. The Federal Reserve is dollarizing the world. So how do you finish it? What do you have to do? You have to control the price of energy. You understand? You have to be able to dictate who gets it, where is it's going to go, because this is going to get really ugly. If you don't believe that a setup here, because believe me, American people are blind. They're deaf, dumb, and blind. They don't see what's going on right before them. This is a setup for a worldwide conquest by the new America to rule the world. President Trump already said he is the chosen one. The rimmer in chief is the chosen one, and he'll rim whoever he's got to rim, and whatever he's got to do to make sure he maintains that status. Period. The end. So you can see where all of this is going. You understand? I think you get it if you follow this blog. You can see very clearly I'm preaching to the choir for the most part here. So what do we got? We got a market that still remains under pressure. We got crude oil being jawbone higher, historic gains in the past 2 days as the deep, intimate rim jobs are in full effect. The president is with the CEOs of big oil, windfall profits, and guess what? They're going to get assistance from the government. What a shocker. Told you this was going to happen, didn't I? Yeah. And it's one of those other stories that I foretold to you that is happening. And again, the bigger picture is the new American government needs to control big oil one way or the other as the conquest to the one world government spreads. Period. The end. And the Fed is backing this up, pushing trillions to not just Wall Street, who got over $1.5 trillion in 3 weeks, while the small business people out here are on their knees begging. Isn't that the way it always works? It's interesting, isn't it? How Wall Street gets trillions, boom, in the blink of an eye. And then the small mom and pop shops, they got to go to their banks and beg for a loan. Interesting. That should tell you how this new neo-fascist National Socialist regime plans on running the new America. It's pretty disgusting. It's more disgusting than the Rimmer in chief, if you ask me. I think it's pretty damn vile. And again, is this how we make America? We make America great again by the president performing serial rim jobs on big oil executives, on OPEC. Oh yeah, he's that little, see this piece here under the tongue? That's called a frenulum. That frenulum over there, if you're getting in there too deep, it hurts. Give it a shot yourself. It's just, you'll see, you can strain the frenulum. I can tell you that the President Trump, the Rimmer in chief, has his frenulum. It's going to be very tender. It probably is already. I would imagine, and maybe has some other, maybe Kudlow's probably involved in the whole procedure as well. They're probably tag teaming. Whose turn is it? Larry, it's your turn, Larry. No, it's you do this one. He hasn't taken a shower for 3 weeks, so it's your job. Anyway, look, this is the way it's going in this new America, which is sucking to the highest order. I think you get it here. I really do. And as you can see, I'm very disgusted, but this is really what it is. I mean, I'm kind of putting a picture in your head, but that's exactly what's going on here. Anyway, with that said, look, it's Friday. So I hope this vision of, the frenulum and all this lovely stuff sticks in your head a little bit, because that's what's exactly going on here as the American people are losing on an epic scale. You understand? I think you do. All right, I'm out of here. It's Friday, so I'm going to leave you off with my favorite 3 things, people. Despite how freaking angry I am right now, I really am. Seeing what's going on here, read a couple of history books. Maybe you'll get as angry as me. I happen to be a student of history. I can see what's going on here very clearly. Love each other, care about each other, and be charitable. I will see you over the weekend. Sunday, more than likely, to do my markets to look ahead. Please share this lovely video. Let's give people that same image in their head, because they deserve it. Anyway, I'm out of here.